Hello, second grade Smarties, and welcome to your first writing lesson. So, today we are going to be retelling the story of the little yellow leaf in 3 sentences. Okay, so what you are going to need for this activity is a notebook and a pencil, and we are going to do this together. So, here is what I encourage you to do. As we are writing, I encourage you to write with me or pause the video when you need to complete your sentence because your sentence might look different than mine, and that's okay. It should look different from mine, okay? So I have already made my sentence starters. So when I am retelling a story, I need to use sequence words. I need to use words that tell me when I'm talking about the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, and the end of the story. So I already put those in. And so if I'm talking about the beginning of the story, I could say first. I could say in the beginning of the story. I could say once upon a time. So I used at first for my sentence starter to tell me about the beginning. So you could use something different, but use a transition word or a sequence word to start our sentence. Then for the middle of the story, I could say next, second. I used then, and I have part of my sentence already. So at first tells me what's happening at the beginning, then tells me what is happening in the middle. And if I'm talking about the end of the story, I could say at the end, finally, last. So when we are talking about the end, we could use those kind of words to let us know that we are wrapping up our retelling of the story. So let's think back to the beginning of the little yellow leaf because we are retelling the story. Yesterday, you guys did a flip grid of you telling me with your words, with your voice, the retelling of the story. Today, you're going to be writing the retelling. Okay, so at first, where did we meet the little yellow leaf? In the great oak tree. So I'm going to say at first, the little yellow leaf. Ooh, little yellow leaf. And I'm going to go a little bit off of here. Did not, or let's say was not, because he was not. And here's where I introduce the problem, right? Was not ready to leave. What was my setting? Where was the little yellow leaf? The oak tree. The oak tree. How do I end a sentence? I'm done with this sentence. So I know to start a sentence, I use an uppercase letter. I make sure that my sentence makes sense, that it has the subject, it has a verb. The little yellow leaf was not ready to leave the oak tree. I need to end with punctuation. Then things changed when what? Who did we meet in the middle kind of end of the story? He met the little scarlet leaf. So I'm going to say then things changed when the little yellow leaf met the little scarlet leaf. Scarlet. I'm going to fix that T. And friends, I am using my whiteboard app on my computer. So that's why my writing looks a little thick, okay? If I was writing with a pencil, it would look different. Okay, so I'm going to go back and reread it to make sure that I am retelling it the right way. At first, the little yellow leaf was not ready to leave the oak tree. Then things changed when the little yellow leaf met the little scarlet leaf. What happened at the end of the story? What did both of the leaves do? Finally, the leaves left the tree. And what did they do after they left the tree? And soared in the sky. And how do I end a sentence? With punctuation. Now, would I need a question mark at the end? No, because am I asking you something? No, I'm just telling you what happened. So now I'm going to go back and reread it because good writers check their work. They make sure that they started every sentence with a capital letter. They make sure that they ended with punctuation, and they make sure that their writing makes sense. Okay. So for this first writing, I want you to practice using that checklist in your head. Make sure you start with a capital letter, your sentences make sense, you end with punctuation, and you use finger spaces. So I'm going to read it to make sure it makes sense. At first, the little yellow leaf was not ready to leave the oak tree, period. Then things changed when the little yellow leaf met the little scarlet leaf. Period. Finally, the leaves left the tree and soared in the sky. All right, I think that made sense. And I talked about my characters, my setting, the problem, and the resolution. All right, second grade Smarties, when you are finished with this writing, you can draw an illustration at the bottom. So I might draw a tree. This is not the most beautiful tree, but it is a tree. So the leaves are getting bare. Okay, and I would draw my little yellow leaf and maybe my scarlet leaf, because remember the scarlet leaf's kind of higher. And then I might draw a little loop-de-loo of the little yellow leaf. And the scarlet leaf soaring through the sky. And I'm going to draw an arrow to let my readers know that that is what happened at the end. All right, second grade Smarties, don't forget to send a picture of your finished writing in Seesaw. I can't wait to see your beautiful writing and your illustrations. Have a wonderful day. Keep that growth mindset, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.